Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am that ball broke from the Holy Shhh podcast, and here's your quick review of AEW Dynamite from the Mile High city of Denver, Colorado. Kick things off with Death Riders versus the Callis family as Jon Moxley takes on El Clone in title eliminator contest for the Continental belt. And Clone tried his best. He tried to dip, duck, dive, and dodge all he wanted to throughout the entire match, but there's little they could do against the tank that is Jon Moxley. Hit the Death Rider, 1, 2, 3, picks up the victory, building up steam and momentum to his rematch against Konosuke Takeshita for the Continental Championship at Revolution. Next up, Swerve Strickland coming out and letting the entire world know that what happened to Kenny Omega at the conclusion of their match last week was all on Kenny, because how dare you call anyone else other than Swerve the most dangerous man in AEW? This is not a joke. This is not a game. Swerve is back to reclaim his seat as the most dangerous man in AEW and to reclaim that top prize of AEW Men's World Heavyweight Champion. But we'll see later in the show that someone else might have a little argument to that title of most dangerous man in AEW. We shall see. But Swerve, he made a statement right there, and he put the entire locker room on notice. Whose house? And it's still Swerve's house. Next up, we get Gabe Kidd versus Orange Cassidy, and from the get-go, Kidd was not with the bullshit antics from Orange Cassidy, not the hands in pockets, not the slow and soft chops, none of that. Kidd was all about business, just slapping this shit out of Orange Cassidy left and right, gouging out the eyes towards the end, hitting with a nasty pile driver for the 1, 2, 3. Gabe Kidd picks up the win, but that's not it right there. Clark Connors coming out to get him some of Cassidy as well. And when it looked like the odds were against Cassidy, out comes Darby Allin with his skateboard, just wrecking house, taking out everybody, evening up the odds, maybe future tag match down the line. I'll tell you right now, between Darby Allin and Gabe Kidd, I don't think it's over until one of them is laid 6 feet under in a casket. Potential matchup down the line, we shall see. How about a little stand-in match, a great little showcase for Kevin the Jet Knight taking on Mansoor. Nice little 4 or 5 minute match. I mean, it did its job. Kevin Knight, he showed off his in-ring abilities. I mean, he looked impressive. Big old UFO splash for the victory, 1, 2, 3, and afterwards he picks up the mic and he has a message for both MJF and Hangman. He has all the confidence in the world as fellow trios champ Hangman is gonna beat MJF for the title at Revolution, but he puts his name in the hat for a future title match, saying, Hangman, if you win, I want the first shot against you. Kevin Knight, he's putting his foot down, saying the future is now. And he sees gold in his future, not just a trios champ, maybe a future world heavyweight champ. I like what Kevin Knight is doing, man. The confidence is right there. The star power is right there. He has all the pieces to put it together to be a main event player in this company. And I think that might happen sooner rather than later. Speaking of Hangman and MJF, next we have the segment to determine the stipulation for their world title match at Revolution. But MJF, he wants to add a little bit of a caveat to this. Instead, how about we do a coin toss? Tails for Hangman, it's a Texas death match. Heads, it's a one-way, no disqualification match. And it's MJF. We know this man. He's going to try some underhanded tactics. He thought he was real slick, that he won the coin toss, that the stipulation was going his way. He tried to get out of there real quick, but no. Here comes the rest of Jet Speed and Brodito stopping MJF in his tracks. Like, Hangman's like, yo, let me see that coin. And of course, the coin was a phony. It was a double-headed coin leading to MJF's advantage, and Tony Khan saw enough. He sent the message to Shivani. It's official. It is a Texas death match for the main event at Revolution. Hangman, MJF. If Hangman loses, he can never challenge for the world heavyweight title again. So, will the Cowboy rise up to the occasion, or will that dastardly villain MJF find a way to eke out a victory and ruin the main character of AEW? Next up, we have the women's tag titles online with the champions Babes of Wrath taking on Megabad. And unfortunately, halfway through this match, Penelope Ford does a moonsault off the top turnbuckle onto the floor on the outside, and it appears, unfortunately, she may have hurt her ankle and foot. Looks like there was a clear audible call in this match. Lana Cross gets involved, disqualification. The Babes retain the titles, but right now the bigger story right now is the health of Penelope Ford. Unfortunate timing for her. I mean, both her and Megan Bain have been killing it in the women's tag team division. I feel they would have been the inaugural champs had Penelope not been hurt before. But it's just horrible timing. I feel for her. She's pretty much a day one member of the AEW women's roster. She is great. She is, like I said, done great in her role as a tag team partner with Megan Bain. So prayers to her that it's nothing too serious and that we'll see her sooner rather than later back in an AEW ring. Who is the most dangerous man in AEW? So it is official. At Revolution, we're going to get Brody King versus Swerve Strickland. Sign me up. I cannot wait. It is going to be a banger. And if that wasn't good enough for you, right after Brody King makes his announcement, Bandito grabs the mic and says, I want to fight as well in LA. It looks like his thumb is finally healed up. He's ready for action. And oh my God, and someone's ears were wiggling in the back. And that was the real Latino man himself, and Andre El Idolo coming out and accepting the challenge. Are you fucking kidding me? As if Brody and Swerve wasn't good enough, we're going to get Andrade versus Bandito as well. My God, Revolution is looking like an all-timer card, man. March 15th, cannot wait. Get your popcorn ready. And what better way to end the night than some Mile High Madness? 5v5, FTR and the Demand versus the Bucks, Rascals, and Jungle Jack Perry. Perry coming out first. He gets jumped by the Demand and FTR. It is 5-on-1. They are putting boots to asses on Jungle Boy, but out come the Rascals and the Young Bucks to even up the odds. And I can't do this match justice talking about all the spots. You had tables, you had vacuum cleaners, you had Myron Reed getting involved, jumping from the ramp to the middle of the ring, hitting Toa with a super cutter. That was sick. Get him involved in the TNT title picture, by the way. But yeah, this match was just insane. Everybody showed up and showed out. The crowd was into it from start to finish. But my God, freaking Jack Perry and the Bucks, man, just ganging up on my fellow Bald King, my fellow Bald brother in Ricochet. First with the BTE trigger, and then the super knee from Jack Perry with the assistance of the Bucks, picking up the 1, 2, 3. Jack Perry picking up the pinfall victory over Ricochet. Yeah, that's cool. He won the battle tonight, but guess what? Jungle Jack Perry, you're still not the champ. Rico still has that national title, and last time I checked, he's pinned your shoulders to the mat the last couple times, so maybe one day will be your day, kid, but it ain't gonna happen yet. When it's 1v1, when the lights shine bright, will you have what it takes to beat King Rico? I don't know, man, because at the end, you're a boy. You're a Jungle Boy, and he's a man. A king, a bald king, Ricochet, you the man. And that was AEW Dynamite live from Denver, Colorado tonight. My rating, I'm going to give it an 8.5 out of 10. I'm going to knock it down a little bit because with the unfortunate injury to Penelope Ford, it cut down the women's tag team title match. Unfortunately, like I said, prayers to Penelope Ford. Hopefully it's nothing too serious and she's back in the ring sooner rather than later. But other than that, an action-packed Dynamite from start to finish. Great main event, great in-ring action all around, some good story some good story progression as well, and we have about 3 or 4 matches added on to what looks like a pretty great Revolution card for March 15th in LA. I cannot wait. Well, without any further ado, I am that ball bro of the Holy Shhh podcast. Goodbye and good night. Bang.